everyone, it's Sally with the Polka Dot Life. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking some of your valuable time to stop by my channel to see what projects that we're working on. I appreciate it very, very much. Today we're going to be making some fall treat holders. I designed them with Halloween and Thanksgiving in mind, but they could be adapted using any stamp set for any occasion that you might need a little treat. Let's head on over to the stamp table and let's get started. I apologize if we get a little bit of glare from my light. It is a gloomy, rainy day here in Alabama, and so I have to have some lights close up so that we can see well. We are going to start with an entire piece of our crumb cake cardstock. And we need to take this 8.5 inch side to 8 inches. I love that our trimmer arm extends the whole way out to 17 inches, and it also has metric and imperial measurements on it. So it's really nice and handy. So we're just going to take that up there and cut that little bit off. If we go ahead and score now across our entire sheet of paper, we only have to score one time, versus if we went ahead and cut out our individual pieces, then we would have to do it multiple times. We need to score at 2 inches and at 5.5 inches. We also have a simply scored board, but it's kind of nice for a little project like this to not have to drag out more than one device. So we are going to take this, and it's probably very hard to see, but we have a score line here and a score line here. Now we are going to take this to the 2 inch mark. I want to double check myself. 2 1/4. 2 1/4 for each strip. We're going to move that out of the way and use our cutting blade. 2 1/4, and I like to push up on mine. You can take your blade out and spin it around if it starts to get dull on one side. But I just find that I have more control, and we change our blades at this lower side, and sometimes if you're just going through and pushing that, gliding that through, sometimes it will pop up, and I don't like when that happens. So I try to put that hole at the bottom. Okay, and that leaves us with just a little bit that we can use for another project. And we can put this away. We are going to take one of our pieces, and I'll move these other ones off to the side. And we want to sometimes you get just a little tiny line, and you just want to simply go over that real quickly and flatten out those edges. Then we want to take where the indent is, we want to fold that. And you just want to make sure that that's straight along the edge. And then this is going to be our top. And we are just going to do this. We are going to make a little treat holder today. And, you know, everyone is talking about Halloween may look different this year for 2020. And we might have to have some prepackaged things ready for the kids, or maybe just some people might choose to forego trick-or-treat altogether. But I thought it would be nice to show you a little idea that you could have just to hand out some treats to the kids that you know, or the adults, because this is kind of an adult indulgence that I'm using. But I also wanted to show you an idea for Thanksgiving and maybe for your holiday table. So we just get this on here in the center. And then we want to take our other piece. I just took this as Rich Razzleberry, and I ran it through our Subtles embossing folder, just because I felt like it needed just a little bit of texture. And I kind of changed it up on this one from what I had done on my samples, what I was playing around with while I was coming up with ideas. Oh, we don't want to slide that much. We may pick that up and start all over again. It seems like my air must be dry in here because it will not move and not move and not move, and then all of a sudden it slides. So there we go. This larger side is the top. It's going to be like a little matchbox kind of thing. This is a super cute idea. You could make these with a child to get ready for the holiday, and that would be a great time saver, or not a time saver, but a great way to put in some time. But also, if you're going to use these for Thanksgiving, now is the time to do them, and then you don't have to worry about that when it's time for Thanksgiving and you have 10,000 other things to do. I have a friend who has a love-hate relationship with Thanksgiving, and she always reminds people to do things ahead of time, and she's absolutely correct. Our little decoration, I just punched this pumpkin out with our apple builder punch, and I stamped it with Early Espresso onto this piece of paper from the plaid tidings set. And I find it easier to put my dimensionals on here. That way you're not guessing where it needs to be so that this actually opens and closes. So I am just going to sit this here and make sure I want it before I give it a press down. I simply just stamped this greeting and just fussy cut around it with a pair of scissors. Nothing really fancy at all, but this is super cute. And now this will hold this top shut, and now the magic happens. This is the brand of candy that I use for making this little treat holder. And like I say, it could be a treat for kids, it could be a treat for adults. And we're going to take our glue dots, which I'm not sure what is on that one, so we're just going to skip over those. And I am just going to take this and press it and press it. And then we are just going to bring that right in here in the center and put that down. And then this just simply folds up, and this just holds it shut. And it will get, you know, you'll get your little wrappers worked in there the way they need to be and all of that super quickly. But wouldn't that be great, especially for a tween? I think that'd be a great project. Our young teens like to say that they're grown up and they don't like to do crafts anymore, but the truth is that they do. And they don't always get the time to do that with school anymore. The teachers just don't have time for that. And as much as they want to, they just don't. So I think that this would be a great way to get somebody involved in helping you prepare for the holiday. I wanted to show you a few little samples. This one would be cute for Halloween. And I just used the Banner Year stamp set and did a web and a spider and the word boo and some of our designer series paper that's in the bright color family. And these are all the same piece of chocolate right inside there. This one, I was thinking for these next ones that what a great thing to do for a place setting for Thanksgiving. And this one says, with a grateful heart. These ones I just simply did circles. Take what supplies you have. Play with your punches, play with your dies and your stamps. Use them. That's why I wanted to show you in a variety of different patterns and different ideas. Take the stamp sets and the supplies that you have and make use of them in a new and a different way. So I thought that these would be fun just to sit on a place setting for Thanksgiving. And then I thought, well, everyone has a little different setup for Thanksgiving. Some people have very elaborate settings. Other people have very simple settings for Thanksgiving. So this would be for probably a little more elegant of a Thanksgiving table. I used some of this Gilded Autumn paper with the foiling that is so beautiful. And I had an extra pumpkin from the video that I made the other day, and I'll link that down below as well to show you how to do this. I took some of that gold thread from the Forever Greenery stamp set and made a triple bow and just put with a grateful heart. And I thought that is really beautiful and would go with a lot of different landscapes or tablescapes for Thanksgiving. I guess not landscapes, but I guess what I'm trying to say is your decor. A lot of different types of ways that people decorate. This goes with that. But maybe you have a little bit more rustic or a little more country flair to your table. So I brought this one in, and I had another, this was left over from that video the other day, and I put some of our crinkled seam binding ribbon on this, and I punched this greeting out and just kind of slid it down. It's attached to this top piece, but it's behind this pumpkin. And I thought, okay, that would be really beautiful on your place setting. And what if you wanted to have assigned seats, or you were having a Friendsgiving or something that you wanted to introduce people that maybe hadn't met before? You could just simply take a glue dot and put behind there and just handwrite your guest's name on that piece of paper. And I simply just flagged the ends by hand. And wouldn't that just be a lovely little place setting or place card, and then somebody would have a little treat to take home with them. I hope that you get into your craft room, especially as the days are turning colder and we just have a little more time to be inside and play with our stamps and get creative, come up with new ideas to use them. Let me know in the comments which of these designs is your favorite and that you would be most likely to use. Or maybe you'll come up with a different idea of how you're going to use your little treat holder, and you can share it with all of us there. As always, remember to be kind, send a card, and do something creative. Bye-bye.